This is a press up, decline level and incline combination. So what we're doing is we're going from what in some ways is a harder exercise to a more moderate exercise to an easier exercise. In lots of ways that resembles drop sets. So drop sets, for example, you know when people say that you want to do a set of 8 reps, so you're supposed to really fatigue at that 8th rep, can't do another one, couldn't do 9, that means that the weight that you've chosen is perfect for 8 reps. So if you're aiming at 8 reps because, for example, you want to build muscle, or aiming at 14 reps because you want to tone, then you don't pick up something that's really, really light. You could do 20 of them, do 14. You're looking for that load that really perfectly fails you at that point. What's interesting, of course, is that actually if you then picked up a lighter object, you could do loads more. So your muscle hasn't really failed, it's failed against that load. What we're doing here is we're going to do something that's particularly difficult, something that's moderate, followed by something that's slightly easier. I'll show you what I mean. So basically we're going to begin with decline press-ups. Let's describe the press-up first of all. So our press-ups, look at you kind of slightly side on. What we're looking to do is just sort of feel the weight of the body on the chest, not the shoulders. Let the elbows go out to the side. Really squeeze back through the chest and the back of the arms, using the heels of the palms. Hold yourself a nice neutral line. The whole thing about the heels of the palms, feeling the chest expand, squeezing back through, pushing the back of the arms, basically means don't dominate and control it with your shoulders. So that's a press up, and what we're going to do is we're going to then do a decline press up, which, to be fair, it is slightly harder and different on the pecs and the chest, definitely slightly harder on the triceps, but more than anything it really introduces load to the shoulders. So decline press up, I've got a really moderate bench here, but of course you could use a deck, or you could build these steps up until it's a bit higher, but I'm going quite moderately. What we're going to do is our feet will go on a higher level than our hands, which is going to tip us into decline, and then we're going to go down and push up. That effectively makes the whole thing heavier, so the body now is now having its weight tips towards the hands. So it's definitely true that chest and triceps will do more. It's just also important that the shoulders will work quite a lot. So this is our hardest press up level. We start with this progressed and advanced press up, and we will do that until muscle fatigue. So we don't want to stress any muscles, we don't want to pull any muscles or hurt any joints. But when we get to the point where we're like, we can't come up without twisting or squeezing, that's fatigue. Maybe you could come up for another rep if you twisted and squeezed it up, but I would say if that's what's happening, then it's time to stop and move on. So if you've got good form and you're just struggling, that's your last rep. If you're starting to kind of twist for it, then you're running into possible injury territory. Okay? So that's our decline. We're then going to come off decline because we've failed, we can't do any more, and we're going to regress the exercise but not completely. So we then go slightly easier to a level press up. You'll find that you fatigue pretty soon after this, so you may find that you have several reps of the decline but only a few of the level. But then when you turn around back to the step, and as I say, I've gone quite moderate, it'll probably be a bit higher. Now that we're inclined, this is easier. Yeah. The other thing that's very similar to this is the regression where we do our press up from our knees. So essentially create an incline this way, as opposed to that. There's your incline, but also taking some body weight away. Here we're creating an incline with a bench, and so there's our 3 movements. Essentially, we're going to go decline, level, incline. What I do is I'll show you the 3 exercises all together. We'll go to failure, we'll pick out our failure point, we'll carry on. I'll probably bring failure on a little bit earlier and fake it rather than go to the full amount. You don't want to watch lots and lots and lots of reps. So we start off with quite strong in the decline. This is harder of the 3. Starts to get tired, starts to get hard, but form is good. Carry on. Starts to get hard, really, really hard, but form is good. Still feeling like you can get chest and triceps involved, it's not all over your shoulders. And then, I can't get up without twisting. Rather than damage a muscle or a joint, I then turn around and move my exercise to a slightly easier level, which is flat. But I only have a couple left in me because I'm already tired. And then, I fail again very soon. But when I go to incline, and make things easier, I can then carry on. So I then go to incline, and I've got a couple left in me. That's it, a couple more, and struggle, stuck. There you go. So that is a combination of decline, level, incline. It is a drop set because you're going from an advanced and heavily loaded exercise. You're loaded by your weight tipped towards your hands, to a less loaded exercise, to an even less loaded exercise. So that's exactly the same as, say you're doing bicep curls and you have 15 kilo dumbbells, and you can do 8, so you failed, you can't do 9, but if you pick up a 10 kilo dumbbell, I've got a couple of more reps. And even when they fail, if you pick up a 5 kilo dumbbell, you'd have 1 or 2 more reps. So this is the same, it's an own body weight drop set. We're going from decline to level to incline. Yeah? I've done my step quite moderate, but we could certainly build that up quite a lot. I would say that you could use a tree stump in the park, you could use anything like a mound or a hill, and even, as I say, like use simply the incline of a hill, a gym bench, all sorts of things, furniture. The higher it is, then the harder that the decline is going to be, but then also the more reps you're going to have when you get to the middle section, because there'll be a much greater difference than we see here with a small bench. The bigger the bench, greater the difference. So you fail sooner than you, if it were bigger. You'd have more in the middle, and you'd definitely have quite a lot more once you come to incline if this step were higher. So there you go. Drop sets, decline, level, incline. That's it. Enjoy it. Give it a try. And remember, don't do things that are going to cause injury to your muscles or joints. So the thing about drop sets is we're pushing them as far as they can go. After they've failed against a certain load, we're making it easier, but make them work on again. Just respect them, work them hard, get them to that sort of third failure point as you make things easier and easier and easier, trying to get more reps, but always listen to the body. Don't do something that's going to pull a muscle or hurt a joint. Thank you very much.